to draw a labyrinth, you're going to need to know where to start. And the starting point where you should begin your labyrinth is below your halfway mark. So this is a piece of notebook paper from top to, this is the top up here, this is the bottom down here. This hole is the halfway mark on the paper. If you're using a regular piece of paper, you can fold your paper in half, and when you open it up, that line in the center where the fold is your halfway mark. So once you find out about where halfway is, you want to go below that. The reason why is so that the entire labyrinth will fit on your paper, because most of your labyrinth is above where you start. To begin, you need a plus sign. You do not have to do this in 2 different colors. I am doing it in 2 different colors so that you can see the difference in the steps that I'm drawing. So there's my plus sign that I'm drawing to begin. Then I'm going to need to draw a little L in each corner. I'm going to start my L where my plus sign started. I'm going to finish my L where the arm of this plus sign stops. So it's just like a little corner piece. The rest of my L's are not going to look like L's. They're going to be flipped L's, turned L's, L's in like a mirror image, and so on. So we're just adding these little corner pieces. Put one there. So now this looks like this one. Draw another one there. And my last one here. And each time I draw it, I make sure that it lines up with my end points of my plus sign. The last thing that I need to do is draw 4 dots in each corner. It's important that the dot lines up with the top of the plus sign, the top of the L, and then when you put your dot, it should also be lined up at the top. The way I look at it almost is as if I was going to finish drawing a box. Where would the corner be? It would be right about there. So you're going to go all the way around and add your 3 more dots. And the last one. So it almost gives this appearance of a box. Now you can begin drawing your labyrinth. So what you're going to do is follow the steps exactly as I do them in order for your labyrinth to turn out the way it's supposed to turn out. So we start right here where this line and this line are. And you connect them with a curved line. Or you might want to call it an arch or a bridge. And you want to just make sure the lines all touch. I changed my color so that it might be easier for you to follow. The next step is you're going to move this way. We're going to be moving this way all around our labyrinth. We're going to work from starting on this side of our labyrinth. So I'm going to pick up this dot, touch it with my pencil, and I'm going to go to this empty opening of a line right here. So I'm going to draw from this dot and draw on a curve again. And connect. I'm going to move down and I'm going to come around to the next open spot. Next available place to stop. Then I'm going to move to the next available spot and drive around to the next available empty spot to park. Driving and parking. And you always are taking the long way around. And I'm keeping my finger there so I just can always remember where I'm stopping. Next available spot is right here. Connect that, go around. And I'm going to stop and just recheck where this line is coming to. Next available spot, drive around. So you're always starting on the same side each time. Next available spot to park, right there. Next available spot to start, right here. Driving all the way around. I'll scoot my paper down so you can see. Next available spot to stop. Stop. Whoop, sorry, should have not came up right there. But that was my next available spot to stop. Right there. We have one more line to do. And you must keep going the long way, okay? You can't just curve right there. It will not let you into the labyrinth, or it will not let you flow through the labyrinth freely. So we're taking the long way once again. To make sure that this will fit on a notebook paper, by the way, it's about as wide as my finger, or as wide as your finger each time I go around. If it's a little bit skinnier or a little bit wider, that's okay. Coming all the way around. Right here, I'm going to run into a hole. That's okay too. The more you do this, the better you will get at it, the more fun you will have with it as well. So this part I just made up on my own. You do not have to do it, but if you want to know where you start and where you stop on your labyrinth, or where the entrance is, it would be right here in the only opening that there is to get inside. So you can put a little dot there, or a little heart, or anything that you want to draw. I was drawing a heart before on another one because it is a mindfulness labyrinth, and that's mindfulness is wanting to be good to ourselves and take the time to remember to stop and gather our thoughts and focus and just not think for a little bit, which is the whole reason for making one of these. So that's why I like to use the heart as a symbol. And then where we stop will be right here. So I just added another little heart so I know where it's going to end. Once you're all finished, you may enter your labyrinth and follow through. So I'm going to come in here, and your finger stays inside of the lane the whole time. And you can see a turn is coming up here. So I turn and I just keep following. A good thing to do would be to not take your eyes off of this so that your finger doesn't move out of its lane and then you kind of forget where you were. You can go slowly. Maybe do some deep breaths in your nose, out of your mouth. And just a time to empty your brain. Here comes a little turn. And you can hang on to these. You can draw them and give them to friends. You can draw them and give them to family members that maybe just need to be reminded to take that break. And that's where you stop. So again, it's not a maze, although it looks like a maze. A maze has dead ends and roadblocks. And labyrinths do not. They are clear pathways, and they're something to just kind of take your mind off of busyness. All right, I hope you guys had fun drawing your labyrinth. Don't give up on it. Keep trying over and over. Watch the video as many times as you want to until you really get the hang of it. Have fun.